were abolished, and it was only available to lower category employees. The advances for cycle and clothing were also not interest-free, which was made interest-free in the Sixth Pay Commission. Advances which are not interest-free to be dispensed henceforth, and government should enter into agreement with the leading PSU banks to extend the facility at predetermined competitive rates, which was said to be about 4%. We also find that other advances were lucrative enough to be given. As far as the working hours for women were concerned, it was staggered working hours, giving flexibility to work early or late under this particular scheme. That is between 11 hours to 16 hours will be the core working hours during which all women employees should be present. And it also said that they will have the option of either coming either half an hour, 1.5 hours late, or half an hour early, whichever is the case, but accordingly they will leave. We also talked about the child care leave of 2 years, which was a fresh thing, 2 years until they attain the age of 18. But this 730 days of leave was to be given in not one installment, but in more than one installment. And the ideal was that it was to be taken in 2 installments. Right? But this is only for first 2 children. It is not for the third child, and had to be availed before the child attains the age of 18 years. It was presumed that the ladies have got to devote time to these children, sometimes for their education and health, and therefore this facility was extended. We also find that maternity leave, as per the Maternity Act, initial act that was passed in 1970, the 12 years of leave apportioned to 2 sides were later amended in 89, and the Sixth Pay Commission extended the leave to the Fifth Pay Commission extended the leave to 135 days. That was extended to 180 days of leave for up to 2 children. But this leave could be availed for even a third or more number of children, but that will be without pay. A working hostel for women during initial years of service, for which hostels were established, working women's hostels were established almost in all cities by the government. And therefore, we find that even our university established a working women's hostel that is there. And in Delhi, you have got working women's hostel. In all other cities, you have working women's hostel which were being established. But that is only for the initial years of service, not for the whole life. Service conduct rules for protection of women was also brought in, and they said that 50% of transfer grant on transfer, if transfer of either of these spouse takes place within 6 months, and that was to be given. We also find that the facilities for handicap, that is number of casual leave, which was 8 for all other employees, was 12 for the handicapped people. And they were to be provided with aids and appliances like hearing aids, dictaphones, braille writing equipments, CD players, tape recorders, low vision aids, and other learning equipments that has free of cost to be discharged, given to the handicapped people. There will be barrier-free entries, or slopes have to be made in all offices through which they should be able to take their wheelchairs and other things, or there has to be a lift made for these people. The subsidy for loan that was to be given to handicapped people were 4% extra to be given, higher subsidy, and liberal flexible hours of employment was to be provided to them in consultation with the employer. A special allowances for child care of 1,000 per month for women with disabilities was also payable, right? It also said that transport allowances will be double, and a minimum of 1,000 will be paid to these disabled people, and modification in extant provisions to provide for government providing 50% of cost exceeding the prescribed limits in case the employee with disabilities opt for better quality prosthetic aids or appliances whose value exceeds the prescribed limit was to be provided to them. It also talked about proper grievance redressal machinery was to be there for the handicapped people or physically challenged people that we call. Then there is a scheme called CGIS, which every employee is to contribute, and they get paid upon superannuation, or their spouse gets paid if, or dependents gets paid once they retire or they are deceased. The rate of monthly subscription for insurance cover, that is called group insurance scheme, and PF was made, and they divided it into 4 clear categories: Group A, B, C, and D. And monthly subscription that was increased from the earlier amount of to the new amount, and now 720 rupees for grade A employees, 360 for group B employees, group C employees 180, and D employees will pay rupees 180 as contribution, because we know that group C and group D employees were merged together to first band of pay, and they will get upon retirement or upon deceased, their children will get 7,20,000, 6 lakhs, 3,60,000, 1,80,000, and 1,80,000 in proportion. That was there as insurance cover that they will get. They further said that investment in central provident fund to be made voluntary. That was there because we know that pensionary benefits were being waived in 2004. There were health benefits that was to be provided, called health insurance scheme to employers and pensioners on voluntary basis with contribution of 30%, 25%, 20% by group A, B, C employees, with government paying the remainder. So it was 30, 25, and 20% to be paid by the employee. The rest was to be paid by the employer. That is there. Health insurance scheme to be made compulsory for new employees who will be joining service after introduction of the scheme. Similarly, new retirees after introduction of a scheme would be covered under this particular scheme, and the new recruits and these retirees will not be provided with CGHS or CS or MA facilities, but will be provided an appropriate amount till insurance scheme of OPD facilities are devised as they suggested. Then serving employee and existing pensioner cannot opt out of CGHS and subscribe the insurance schemes that is there. We also find that the government of India directed all major consulting hospitals, the hospitals which are called referral hospitals, to accept patients if from the tertiary units or from the primary units upon their referrals. And if they are going to a referral hospital in a private sector, they can show their identity card to avail CGHS facilities. That was, all charges will be halved in case of testing and consultation. But if they have got to go through treatment, the cost of treatment will not be affected. Retirement benefits was also taken care of by the Sixth Pay Commission. The pension at 50% of 10 months average was to be paid on the basis of last pay drawn or whichever is higher, without any reference of qualifying service, which stood at 33 years of service to get full pension earlier. That was reduced in the Sixth Pay Commission to 15 years, 20 years of service or 50 years of age if they were taking voluntary retirement. That was 50 years of age or 20 years of service. That was there. Later on, it was revised to 15 years of service and 50 years of age. That is there to avail that voluntary retirement. But pension will be at the rate of 50%. And for voluntary employees, this pension can be paid in lump sum amount at the time of retirement. for voluntary retirement, or these pensions will be given to the employee later on. Family pension to be increased to pensioners as per the tables given below. On attaining the age of 80 years, 20% of basic pension, that is the additional quantum of pension, was to be added to that. 85 years, 30% of the pension will be added. If somebody attains the age of 90 years, 40% of the pension will be added. 95 years, 50% of basic pension will be added to that. And if somebody attains the age of 100 years, he will start getting full pay as they were getting at the time of retirement. Right? Now, communication or commutation and calculation was also modified as per annexure given in the table 5.1.2, and that is earlier they said that commutation of pension is at the time of retirement. You have the authority, or you are given the privilege of commuting up to 40% of your pension, and for 10 years of time. So for the 10 years, that is the date of retirement, for 10 years, you can take the 10 years pension. They will calculate 10 years pension, and 40% of that amount will be paid in advance. And you will only get the rest of the 60% or 50% amount of pension that is admissible to an employee at the time of retirement. Right? Now, they also talked about retirement benefit, maximum pecuniary limit of gratuity to be increased from 3.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. That was there. And no change in maximum number of earned leave that can be accumulated, i.e. 300 days. However, number of earned leave encashed while in service to be extended from the overall ceiling of 300 days earned leave at the time of retirement. So government employees can encash 300 days of earned leave or detention leave, which are paid leave as such. Now, they also had a provision that they extended during the 6th Pay Commission, that you can take when you are going for your leave concession, LTC, you are availing, you can take 10 days of EL, and instead of that 10 days of EL, you will be given 10 days encashment of leave, so that you can get money to spend while you are on leave travel concession. You are traveling with your family to anywhere in India. Both earned leave and half pay leave to be considered for encashment of leave, subject to overall ceiling of 300. Earlier, the condition was that this half pay leave and earned leave was there, but half pay leave was not considered. This half pay leave is the medical leave, right, which accrues to an employee during their service time. And every year you get 20 days of medical leave, or which can be commuted to 10 days of full pay leave, and that is there. That can be availed for either your sickness, or you can avail this, you can get commuted this leave to any educational purpose that you want. If not, this leave will lapse, or if you need it for leave encashment, if it is not getting completed 300 days, then this half pay leave will be added to that. We also find that in case of government employee dying in harness, family pension may be paid at the enhanced rate for a period of 10 years. The dependency criteria will be minimum family pension along with dearness allowances thereon. This should be followed in cases relating to payment of family pension that is there. We also find that for 100% disability, attendant allowance will be provided on the same lines being provided to defense personnel which are there. The rates of ex gratia payment was to be raised to 10 lakhs for the death on accident in course of the performance of duty, if they were not found to be under any influence of drugs or anything, or any foul play in the death of the individual. The fixation of pension is given in the table of Sixth Pay Commission called 5.1.1 of the report which they have provided. But one thing that you must remember that this pension cannot exceed 50%. Medical facilities to be provided to dependent daughters irrespective of their age on par with the facilities provided for dependent son for the purpose of medical facilities. So there was no discrimination made for family pension and other related benefits. Widowed daughters to be placed in first category of the pensioner. For encashment of leave for pensioner dying in harness, the amount shall be paid to the relatives in the following order: widow or eldest surviving widow, or husband, eldest surviving son, or adopted son, eldest surviving unmarried daughter, eldest surviving widowed daughter, father, mother, eldest surviving married daughter, eldest surviving brother, below the age of 18 years of age, eldest surviving unmarried sister, eldest surviving widowed sister, and eldest child of the eldest deceased son, all were falling in this particular category as far as the pension amount to be given to them. A childless widowed of deceased government employee to be paid family pension even after marriage, subject to the condition that family pension will increase once the independent income from all sources becomes equal to or higher than minimum prescribed family pension in central government employees. All central government employees opting for voluntary retirement after 15 years of service should be paid one lump sum retirement benefit equal to 80 months salary last drawn and average salary during preceding 12 months, whichever is higher. That is there. We also find that other features were improved entry grades that was being given to all categories of employees falling in B, C, and D categories. Of course, D was enhanced. Upgradation of categories like nurses, teachers, constabulary, and postmen, looking into their importance in the work which was there. A bunching of pay only where higher start has been recommended in grade 1 entry grade and band pay of 4,860 to 20,200, where grade D staff will be accommodated. Increases were where employees have placed under higher pay band from 1/1/2006. Decadering with 20% in grade SAG, which was also being given in this particular category as far as the Sixth Pay Commission is concerned, right? If you have any question on Sixth Pay Commission, please ask me before I move to Seventh Pay Commission. Or you can ask me question later. Yeah.
Sir, please forward the PPTs that you are reading by group. Hello?
Hello.
Sir, I'm saying that please forward the PPTs.
I asked you to ask question, not to make suggestion.
Okay, sorry, sir.
अरे सर कोई भेज दिया भाई.
सर हैं चले गए.
Sir has joined.
सर पीपीटी लाने गए हैं.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Right. There are few students who doesn't seem to be slightly serious, right? And they do not know what to talk. I don't know. If you are a PG student, you must respect your PG grades, right? Face-to-face classes are not there. That doesn't mean that you can, talk anything behind the screen. All the things are recorded for you. Everything that I'm doing is being recorded. And you are talking everything on record as I'm doing it. Okay? So you must mind it, my dear. Right. Salient features of 7th pay commission. The minimum pay, as we said, which was 7,000 in the 6th pay commission, has been enhanced to 18,000 rupees, and demand for 25,000 rupees has not been exceeded to by the present dispensation. And the multiplication factor, which was suggested to be in 3 slabs, was not agreed to by the government, and they gave the minimum slab of 2.57 as a multiplier. That is the basic pay to be calculated, which was an employee was getting under the 6th pay commission, that is grade pay plus the band pay, that was added together, and a multiplier of 2.57 was applied, and whatever was the basic, that was rounded off to the next higher grade which was available within the system that was to be given. They further said that nobody will get a payment of more than 2,25,000 per month as their basic pay calculation that was made by 2.57 multiplier until it is adding the non-practicing allowances along with it. So anybody in the general payment band will not get more than 2,25,000 rupees as basic. That is, once they get to 2,25,000, they will stagnate and keep getting the same basic plus DA they are on as it comes to. Apex scale, that is, there is an apex scale given that is, applicable, where grade pay is 12,000 rupees. For them, it was enhanced to 2,50,000 rupees maximum, beyond which they will not get, and it was meant for the cabinet secretaries and others presently at the same pay level. Now, 6th pay commission, as we said, worked out the fitment formula for a multiplier of 2.57, and those people who were in the grade of 5,200 to 20,200 with a grade pay of 1,800 will be calculated by multiplying the factor of 2.57, and that will be the basic. You can calculate that amount yourself. Date of effect, as we know that it comes into effect each 10 years up till now, and therefore the 6th pay commission was effective from 1/1/2006, and therefore 7th pay commission was to be enforced from 1st of January 2016, and that was there. An annual increment that was 2.5% earlier, and for 20% of high performing employee, it was 3%, was made uniform. 3% increment was to be administered. So every year, an employee will get 3% increment until they reach the stage of 2,25,000 rupees or 2,50,000 rupees, whichever is there for them. A modified assured career progression was also provided. That is, those employees who complete 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years, now that slab continued here. Promotional hierarchy was to be followed, granting MSCP promotion. That is, departmental promotions was to be given to them or merit promotion schemes, as it is called. The allowances, the Commission has recommended abolishing 52 allowances together, and another 36 allowances have been abolished as separate identities, but subsumed either in existing allowances, in the newly proposed allowances, or they said that allowances related to risk hardship will be governed by the proposed risk hardship matrix which was provided. Risk and handicap allowance was also being reworked in this particular thing as per the table. The housing rent allowance, which was 30%, 20%, and 10% in XYZ city. Now, the explanation of XYZ city can be seen on the left side of 50 lakhs and above, 50 to 5 lakhs, below 5 lakhs as XYZ cities. It was reduced from 30% to 24%, 16%, and 8% respectively. They further said that once the DA reaches 25%, it will be enhanced to 28%, 18%, and 8%. And the day housing rent allowances increases to 50%, it will be brought to 30%, 20%, and 10%, as was the case earlier. Right. Now, transport allowance admissible, that was there. They said that it was to be, band 9 and above, it was to be given 7,200 plus DA, and other places it was to be given 3,600 plus DA. So in metropolitan cities, it is 7,200. For other cities, it is 3,600 plus DA. For those employees in pay band 3 to 8, 3,600 in metropolitan cities and A grade cities, and 1,800 in all other cities. For pay band 1 and 2, that was there, 1,350 plus DA in metropolitan cities and 900 plus DA in other cities, that was there. They said that existing band level available for new levels was pay band 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as it can be seen, what was there as CC, DCD, and CCD. Similarly, pay band 2 was 6, 7, 8, and 9, or these bands were there. For pay band 3, 10 to 12 was there, which was having the grade pay of 7,600 rupees, starting with 5,400. For pay band 4, it was made from 7,000 to 18,000. Sorry, 7 to 18, that was there. So up till 10,000 rupees of grade pay, 7,000 to 10,000 rupees of grade pay, they were falling from 12, 12A, 12B, 13, 13A, 13B, and 14, with those getting 10,000. And all higher grade that was there, HAG 1, HAG plus, or apex grade, that is there, 15,000, 15, 16, 17, and cabinet secretary or defense secretary was to get, category of 18. Those are the slabs which were being provided. They further said that pay level 10 and above, the present insurance was 1,20,000, 60,000, and 30,000. For proposed insurance was 50 lakhs, 25 lakhs, and 15 lakhs that was to be given as far as the insurance is present. A monthly deduction was to be 120, 60, and 30. Proposed monthly deduction of 5,000, 2,500, and 150 rupees was to be given. That is from the government. A gratuity amount which was enhanced in the 6th Pay Commission to 10 lakhs of rupees from 5 lakhs was enhanced to 20 lakhs of rupees. And it further said that this ceiling of gratuity may be raised to 25% whenever DA reaches 50% level. That is, the maximum gratuity level was to be calculated as per the formula. But if it exceeds 20 lakhs, they will only pay 20 lakhs of rupees, right? Which is a much lower amount, because if you go by the formula, anybody who is getting a 20 lakhs would get at least 50 lakhs as per the calculation. But it will be enhanced to 25 lakhs if DA reaches 50%. Before that, it will continue to be 20 lakhs of rupees that was there. Leave was also reworked out. You can see that. Casual leave, no change was made. It remained 8 leaves for the general employees and 12 leave for handicap employees. They said that child adoption leave, no change was made. Child care leave, of course, that is called CCL, with 100% salary, 360 days, but at 80% for the next 60 days. So earlier it was 100% payment for all. They reworked it. They said that you will get 100% pay for the first year, but you will get, if you want a second year, you will get only 80% of the pay that is there. It further said that commuted leave, no change was made. Earned leave, no change was made. That is 14 leave per annum that is to be given. For teaching employees or non-teaching employees will get a 1 month's leave, 30 days of leave, and the other employees in the governmental sector will get 30 days of leave that is there. Paternity leave of 15 days was provided by the 5th Pay Commission, right? That was continued in the 6th Pay Commission, and 7th Pay Commission also continued, but paternity leave will be following the same rules of first 2 children, not the other children. It further said that study leave was to be provided if they are going for study. Now the maximum study leave was 3 years for anybody who has completed 3 years of service, but they have got to serve double the number of years that they have taken leave, to a maximum of 6 years that was they have got to serve. So maximum leave was to be 3 years on full pay. A 4th year's leave with half pay can be availed as per the rules. They also have GPF, that is General Provident Fund. Status quo was being maintained here, that you have got 2 kinds of provident funds. One is called General Provident Fund, and another one is called Contributory Provident Fund, that is CPF, and EPF that is there. Now, under CPF, Contributory Pension Scheme, the employer also contributes and the government also contributes. That amount is only made for lower category of employees who will contribute 1 rupee to get 1 rupee 50 paise from the employer, and 2 rupees from the government will go to their contribution. But that was not made for Group C, Group BC employees and above. It was only meant for the lower category employees. But EPF was remain unchanged as it is, that no, you have got to contribute and will get the same amount that is there. Child education leave, which was there, we find that it is 1,500. It was recommended rate was 2,250 rupees. Whenever DA increases to 50%, and hostel subsidy of 4,500 was worked out, which had a ceiling of 6,750 rupees, which was earlier standing up at 200 rupees, which is there. Now, and it was further enhanced to 50% hostel fee, and subsidy shall increase by 25%. They also said that over benefits scenario, employee compensation, allowances and bonuses, employee benefits and salaries were all falling under the category, and it was on the basis of the 6th Pay Commission, like midi-claim and personal insurance. We also find that the medical scheme was kept as it is, as was provided in the 6th Pay Commission, that was paid to any employee in the grade pay that is there. Now, if you have any question on the Pay Commission, please feel free to ask me before I discontinue.
Sir, there's this one point which was mentioned in the salient features of 7th Pay Commission, which was fitment formula. Sir, I'm unable to get it. That 2.57, what exactly it is, I'm unable to get that.
Did you get the formula from the 6th Pay Commission?
No, sir, it's a fitment formula. Yes, sir, the earlier one, yes, sir.
Okay. Now it is the same basis. They said that they will take your basic pay, that
Okay.
is the band pay,
Mm-hmm.
plus the grade pay. They will add that. That
Okay,
is
sir.
one, right?
Okay. Okay.
Plus they took into consideration
Mm-hmm.
the DA amount that was standing at the date when the pay commission was constituted, right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
That
sir.
is two. Three,
Okay.
they look at the price index and
Okay.
calculated as to what is the living wage for an employee.
Okay, sir.
When all these three were merged, they found out that whatever salary an employee was getting earlier,
Yes, sir.
if it is, they have got to buy the same thing today, they have to pay 2.57 times the what they were getting.
Okay,
And
sir.
therefore, the formula was worked out to be 2.57. That will become the new basic
Okay.
for
Okay,
the
sir.
employee. That is the
Okay.
fitment formula. Now, the pay commission basically recommended three slabs. They said 2.57, 2.62, and 2.67 formula was being suggested by the pay commission. I repeat this. Pay commission suggested three slabs of the multiplier. It is called multiplier. Three multipliers of 2.57, 2.62, and 2.67.
6, 7. Yes,
And
sir.
they said that all employees falling in category A and above will be getting enhancement at the rate of 2.67. All employees in category B will get an enhancement of 2.62. And all other lower level employee will get an enhancement of 2.57. This was sent to the government. The Ministry of Finance and the Expenditure Division had a detailed deliberations on this with the unions and other parties. And they said that we do not have enough money to pay. That's number one consideration. Further, they said that there has to be uniformity in the payment. There cannot be three distinctions cannot be there, because everybody has got to get the same kind of enhancement that is there. And therefore, they said that we will not be able to pay more than 2.57 multiplier that is there. And they also did not agree to the enhanced minimum pay which was there. They only said 18,000 is the minimum pay that they will get. And therefore, everybody is getting 2.57 salary as per 2.57 as multiplier, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Anybody else who has any question? Anybody has any question? Otherwise, you will say that I was reading the transparencies. If you do not ask, you will not know. Hello? Any question? If you are not attentive, you will have no questions. There are only two kinds of things. You are attentive, you get questions, because I know third raters never have questions. Third raters never have questions.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sir, it is different from this topic. Can I ask it here?
Yeah, you can
So
ask.
we are students from MHA. We
Right.
got into the group last night only. So sir, we don't know what's the backup and how to start the syllabus and all. So sir, what should we be doing?
See, you from today onwards,
Yes,
you
sir.
join the class as it is,
Okay.
right? Once the day I complete the course,
Okay.
for MHA group, for those who wish to join, I will repeat everything that I have covered till Thursday last.
Okay,
Okay?
sir.
All right?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Or
Thank you.
whatever we work out, we will try and do that. because it's
Okay,
none
sir.
of your fault. It is none of your fault that you were given admission late. It is my fault is also not there. But as a teacher,
Yes.
I'm supposed to help you out, so I'll help you out. No problems.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.